North America. Mr. Bacchan, if you would love it if you could stand up here and give us a few words.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for having me here this morning at the press conference for our latest film, Waqt. I'm sure that a lot has already been spoken of by the people who are producing the film, who are distributing it here. I'm really open for any kind of questions that you may have for me. But thank you so much for having me, and I hope you enjoy the afternoon.
Hi, my name is Ramzan Lakhani, and I would like to ask Mr. Bacchan, sir, in your expert opinion, do you think Indian cinema plays a role in shaping our society's value system?
That's a huge responsibility. I think that we basically make cinema for entertainment. But yes, the content of our films has always been conscious of the fact that a large number of people are going to be watching us, and therefore we shouldn't be portraying something that is against social and moral norms. Keeping that in mind, I think most of our stories adhere to a philosophy which keeps society in mind, keeps morals in mind. We don't want to be educators, we want to be entertainers. I think part of educators is taken care of by government and by the state, and that's the way it should be. But yes, if there is something that people can learn from an aspect of something good that is portrayed in our movies, we're very happy for that.
Mr. Bacchan, having worked with so many directors over the years, in your opinion, do you feel there's a major difference in style of direction between some of the old stalwarts like Mr. Manmohan Desai and the new generation directors like, for example, Mr.B?
Yeah, I think the younger generation is very aggressive, very focused, very determined.
North America. Mr. Bacchan, if you would love it if you could stand up here and give us a few words.
Time directors paid a lot of attention to the written word. An aspect of something good that is portrayed in our movies, we're very happy for that.
Mr. Bacchan, having worked with so many directors over the years, in your opinion, do you feel there's a major difference in style of direction between some of the old stalwarts like Mr. Manmohan Desai and the new generation directors like, for example, Mr.B?
Yeah, I think the younger generation is very aggressive, very focused, very determined to achieve success, and very keen to take on any kind of new invention, new technology that is existent in the West. Compared to the older generation, I find that the speed of thinking is a lot faster. I think the older generation was perhaps a little more laid back. Time has a lot to do with that. I think time was a little more relaxed. Now it's really fast-paced. It's the age of the computer. You press a button and you don't get a window opening within a second. You get upset. If you were to compare the number of editing cuts in a film made in the 50s and the one made now, you will discover that the number of cuts now, editing cuts now, would be at least 3 times more. It just shows that the imagery and the rapidity with which it appears on the screen has increased. It could be a result of excessive television, and the fact that television has rapidly progressed, not just in the Western world, but in India as well. I think in the last 10 years, we've grown from 2 channels to 150 right now, and growing. This is quite unbelievable and quite remarkable. And the more exposure that the Indians get of television coming in from other parts of the world, the more the desire to be able to compete with them and perhaps excel. So there is this difference. And because the newer generation is exposed to all these wonderful facilities, they're very keen to match up with them. These facilities were not available to the old-time directors, and therefore they did things according to what they felt. Having said that, I do feel that the old-time directors paid a lot of attention to the written word. I think that the modern generation is not very conversant with that, and would rather go for a visual, go for a music number, rather than dwell on some beautiful lines or lyrical poetry. There was a lot of time and space in the 50s and the 60s for all that. We miss that. But I don't know whether the modern generation wants that anymore.